Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. It is a late one tonight, 9:30 for the starting 11 prediction. Raith Rovers tomorrow in the fifth round of the Scottish Cup. I suppose this is a bit of a contrast to the game we've got coming up on Wednesday against Bayern Munich. I see they won their game tonight against Werder Bremen 3-0. It's hard as a supporter not to be looking ahead to that big game on Wednesday, but at the end of the day for the team, as Brendan Rodgers said today in the press conference, it's easy to focus on the next game. That's what you have to do as a professional, and the team are so used to playing so many games. So it's a good opportunity tomorrow for the manager, I think, to rotate the team, to make some changes, and I think gives maybe some game time to some of the players who need it, and make sure that the key men are rested and ready to go for Wednesday. We're obviously going to have to be at our absolute top level on Wednesday night, but there is going to be some interesting selections tomorrow. The manager's already confirmed, which we'll come back to when we run through the team, that Sinisalo is going to start the game because Kasper Schmeichel has got a slight back problem, so he's going to miss it. He'll be fine for Wednesday though. I think that was the funniest moment of the press conference, where about 5 people came back at him immediately to say it's nothing serious for Kasper, but it's going to be good to see Sinisalo finally get some game time. I know a lot of you will be looking forward to that. I've had a few comments recently asking about it. When we're likely to see him play. He's obviously been here for 7 or 8 months now, and he hasn't played a first team game. He played a couple of, I think, halves in the friendly games in America in the pre-season, but apart from that we haven't seen him at all. So we're going to get that chance tomorrow to see him at Celtic Park, and we'll see how he fares on his first team debut. I've got a poll running in the live chat as well, so get involved with that. Please like the stream if you're on with us just now. I know that Ayr United and Hibs is currently going on. It's locked at 0-0 the last time I seen it, so a lot of you might be watching that as well. Will Callum McGregor be rested tomorrow? Is the captain going to be one of these players who Brendan Rodgers thinks, you know what, he might just benefit from starting on the bench tomorrow, and then he can play 15-20 minutes if he's needed, just to keep him ticking over with a view to that game on Wednesday. There's lots of options for the manager in midfield, so when we come to that area of the pitch we will go through it. So let's look then at the starting lineup, and it's obviously going to be not Kasper in goals, it's going to be Sinisalo, as I just said. Looking forward to seeing him. It's big shoes to fill when you're replacing Kasper Schmeichel, who's done so well since he arrived at the club. I think we're interested to see both how he is with the ball at his feet, and obviously his shot stop ability, his ability to command his area as a goalkeeper, all big attributes. But tomorrow you would hope that because we're dominating the ball, hopefully he doesn't have too much to do in terms of shot stopping. That the times that you're looking to see where he's at is with the ball at his feet and playing it out, because that's something that Kasper's really, really good at, particularly in these home domestic games where he's really good at starting attacks for us and finding those passes out of defence and into midfield. So we're looking forward to seeing him tomorrow. It's been a long-awaited debut for him, so hopefully he grasps it with both hands. Back four: Johnston, Carter Vickers, Trusty, and a first start I'm going for Jeffrey Schlupp. Could Ralston start? It's probably one you'd think would come in. I just thought with the back line, if Schlupp's going to get his first start, the manager might not want to make too many changes there. You could make a really strong case though for resting Carter Vickers, given that he missed that Aston Villa game recently and then he came immediately back into the team, which makes you think it's obviously just precaution from Brendan Rodgers, but you just don't want to be taking any chances with Carter Vickers because he is one of the most important names on the team sheet for us. So if he was to miss Wednesday, it'd be a huge blow. So if there is any even chance of a niggle coming up for Carter Vickers, he's one that could be rested tomorrow. But I'm just going with that back four. Ralston did get a game quite recently as well, just last week. So Willard, he gets another one and Johnston comes out. I think Johnston played well the other night, and again, just keep him ticking over into midweek. Trusty, you could say that Trusty can come out and Scales can come in. The manager's got that option there as well, but I've just gone with that back four. And moving into midfield, I think 68% of you are currently saying you think that Callum will be rested tomorrow, and I agree with you. I think we'll see Bernardo in that deeper position, the way we did on Wednesday night when he came on for McGregor. It was lovely to see McGregor get that nice standing ovation just after his 500th appearance at Fir Park the other day. Really deserving of that, of course. I'm going Engels and McCowan in front of him. So I totally changed midfield. I suppose Hatate, I thought the other night there was a chance that he could maybe come out and then come back in tomorrow, but I think it's definitely an opportunity to rest Hatate. Again, give him 15-20 minutes just to keep him ticking over, but I think that midfield, Bernardo sitting deeper, he done it once or twice earlier in the season whenever McGregor's been out of the team. I think he's more than capable of doing that, particularly in a game like this. And then it's a good opportunity for McCowan and Engels if they are to get the start. I see a few comments coming in there. Hibs have just scored, so it's 1-0 to Hibs at Ayr. I think it's a good opportunity for both of those players. Again, Engels, I thought brilliant the other night. Really, really good. I think he's putting together a string of good performances now, Arne Engels. It was good to see him get a goal from outside the box. I mean, I do stand corrected though. I thought it was maybe his first goal from open play. I forgot the opener against Hibs in the December game at Celtic Park, but it was his first goal from outside the box, and I think he's needed that. He scored a lot of penalties. He obviously missed the big one against Young Boys, but he put that one away the other night against Dundee. Great to see him score from open play, but I think his passing range is something that just really stands out to you. That the ball through for Maeda's chip, I know it gets a wee nick off the defender, but it's almost identical to the pass that he played to Dyson at Fir Park as well. Dare I say De Bruyne-esque in that way. He just opens up his body and wraps his right foot around it. So he's grown all the time, Arne Engels. Again, I just think it's important not to be polarised in saying that he's an absolute waste of money, and then also it's far too early to be saying he's the best player of all time as well. Just keep a level head with it. I think he is definitely keeping a level head, and I think his performances are going from strength to strength, and long may that continue. Front three tomorrow, this is a difficult one because I don't think there's any point in resting Dyson after the other night, and obviously the fact he's got 3 lungs, but apart from that he's suspended for the Bayern Munich game, so there's no real gain in resting him tomorrow. So I think the manager might keep him on the right hand side. I think he'll keep Jota on the left to start and Ida through the middle. Again, the striking position is one that we need to be careful with. You wouldn't want Ida to be on the end of a heavy tackle tomorrow and end up missing Wednesday because of how we're currently set up in that position of the pitch. But I just think Kuhn coming off the bench the other night and scoring a brilliant goal, I just think he's the only one you can make a case for resting as such. I think Jota needs the minutes. Jota needs another start. The intensity and the tempo of the game against Bayern Munich, you would think, is going to be worlds apart from what it is tomorrow. Again, I know it's all about us in both games trying to play the way that we want to, but it's the defensive work and the intensity, tracking runners and pressing that he's going to have to do on Wednesday that's totally different to anything that he'll have faced since he's returned to the club. So I think Jota needs the minutes, he needs a start, and like I say with Dyson, there's no real point in resting him in any way tomorrow, given he is suspended for Wednesday anyway. So Ida through the middle, important that he can keep his goal scoring run going. Tomorrow, I think he's going to need a massive performance on Wednesday night up against Bayern Munich. So again, if he just keeps that confidence up, he's had 3 games now since Kyogo departed. I think we can all see that he is growing into that. I think he likes that responsibility that he's got now of being the main man. And I think it's interesting, I've been talking about it to a few of my mates. I think Ida maybe mentally wasn't quite in the right place mentally to be second choice, I don't think. I think you could tell sometimes that mental attitude and intensity just wasn't there. And that's maybe as a result of knowing that he was second fiddle to Kyogo. And that wasn't really ever going to go away while Kyogo was here. So now that he's gone, it looks like Ida has got a spring in his step. And I think he's determined to show everybody that he can be the main man leading the line for Celtic. So there you go. That's the lineup I think the manager might go with tomorrow. There's absolutely no chance I'm getting this one right. I'd be astounded. I've been meaning to put this wee graphic back up on the screen for weeks now because I'm currently at 10. I got the last 2 Champions League 11s back to back correct. So that's me at 10 for the season. I got Young Boys and Aston Villa, but I don't think there's any chance I'm getting 11 out of 11 tomorrow. Right, any questions before we go? Alfie, Kenny Yang and Maeda, front 3. It could be. I think Yang coming in would make sense in the way that it would give Ida a rest and again prevent him from picking up any needless injuries or knocks because he's so important for us just now in being that main striker. So Could Jan come in? Could Kenny come in? I think we'll definitely see Jota start the game. I think he needs it. He really needs it. Just to get those minutes, just to get that sharpness up. I think you can tell the quality he's got. Brendan Rodgers seems really impressed with him. I just think he needs those minutes and needs to be starting games because he hasn't played so much. And I think you can just see, even though he's got so much quality on the ball, there is maybe some times where you can tell he's just not quite at that fitness level that he would be if he'd been playing week in, week out for a period of months. David Gall, get Bain in. I think Scott Bain had his chance at Sligo, didn't he? I think it's a great opportunity to give Sinisalo a debut tomorrow. If we don't see him now, when are we going to see him? When are we going to see him tested as the Celtic goalkeeper? So as I say, I'm really looking forward to seeing him. JG guitar cover, so good having Jota back. Like I said the other night, talking to the boys outside the ground, he just likes the place up. What a brilliant footballer. Every time he's on the ball, you feel like something's going to happen. And that can't be said for a lot of the players that we've had to play in the wide positions this season when we've had to use the likes of Palma and Yang. They've disappointed so often, so it's brilliant to have Jota back in there. Absolutely, I agree. A few of you talking about James Hewitt as well, got to play Kenny as the striker tomorrow. He needs games. I think I can understand that argument. I think he's going to have to play a fair chunk of minutes between now and the end of the season. It was good to see him come off the bench the other night. I think he looks relatively sharp in his movements. You can tell that he's quick to get shots away in the box. He's alive, and that's what you want from a striker. So I would like to see him get more minutes, maybe tomorrow as an opportunity to do that. Like I say, with Ida, you just want to be careful and not risk any unnecessary injuries tomorrow. I think if Ida does start the game, he should come off relatively early in the second half, provided we've got the game in a comfortable position. Right. Any more questions before we go? 10 o'clock on a Friday night nearly. That is a late one for a starting 11. Right. Emma, at least I get the goalkeeper right this week. I get it right every week, but that's the easiest one because it's always Casper. It's just nice to see Sinisalo tomorrow. Jamie McGowan, would anybody be shocked if Bain starts tomorrow? Aye, I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if it was Scott Bain tomorrow, I'll tell you that. Thoughts on Taylor to Zagreb? Surely they'd want a better move than that. Aye, this has dragged on for a long time, the Greg Taylor contract situation. I'm not sure he's going to go to Dynamo Zagreb. It is a bit of a strange one. I think the problem for Celtic is, in terms of giving him a contract that he's going to want at this stage of his career, is that he knows he's going to have to play probably second fiddle to Kieran Tierney, and even if they are to share the games 50-50, if it transpired exactly like that and he was happy with that, I don't know if Celtic are going to be able to pay him the salary that he will want, given that they'll be paying a fair old chunk to Kieran Tierney as well. So we'll see how the Taylor situation unfolds over the next few months. It is strange to have such a key player, given he's the main left back, such a key player running down his contract and nobody really knowing where we stand on it as we move towards the end of the season. Maybe there'll be news relatively soon on it. I don't know. I know there was that journalist report in Croatia saying that he'd agreed to go to Dinamo. We'll just need to wait and see. But aye, there you go. That's the team I think the manager will go with tomorrow. Thank you for joining us on this live stream. And I'll see you tomorrow outside the stadium with the full-time reaction wherever you're watching the game tomorrow. Enjoy it, and I'll see you then. Cheers.